All right, guys, we are back. And yeah, this started a little bit later than I wanted to. I wanted to start this around 7 o'clock. Lost track of time, and I figured I would just start at 8. Because by the time I realized I had lost track of time, it was a very awkward time. I was like, oh, I realized at like 7:34 or 7:30. I don't know, some weird time. I was like, well, I might as well just wait till around 8. So we'll wait for some people to get here. tonight tonight is going to be an interesting show, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an interesting stream. um I'm probably going to be saying what the stream's about a lot throughout the stream, just so that I can, well, I mean, people, y'all can read the title, y'all probably know what's going to happen here. um we're going to be talking about Scream 5 and 6, basically. And yes, there will be spoilers. However, I want to give a little bit of a warning before I get to the spoilers for especially Scream 6. I'm spoiling Scream 5, just letting you guys know. That movie came out last year, so I will be spoiling that film. But yeah, that's what this stream's going to be today. It's going to be us talking about the new Scream movies, not just Scream 6, but Scream 5. And I'd actually watched these movies in the same day. I had seen these movies. I watched Scream 5, which was like 2 hours long, and I was just like, why the hell? I get it. Scream movies are typically longer movies, but it's just when you know what you're gonna get yourself into, basically, you you're just sitting there like, oh, dude, man, I'm already not looking forward to this movie, but it's also over 2 hours. And then Scream 6 felt longer. I don't even know if it was, but Scream 6 felt like it was even longer than Scream 5. Um, I just couldn't believe. I was like, oh, dude. So I watched Scream 5 on Paramount Plus, checked it out, and we'll get into that in here in a second. But then I went and seen Scream 6 in the theater. Uh, And a little quick recap, though, because I am a pretty big fan of the series. I'm going to just go make sure real quick, because there's something weird that happens with my YouTube when I'm on StreamYard, where my avatar is blank. And right now I have a very uh, creepy picture of Billy as the icon. I want to make sure that's on there. Make sure the audio is doing well. There's not really anybody here right now, so I'm just going to kind of stall for time until people kind of show up. It is Saturday night, so I'm hoping people come through. And then probably what I'll do is I'll rant and rage for a little while, and then I might post a link in the back and see if people want to come in and talk and hang out, and maybe hear your guys' thoughts on the Scream movies. Um, but I will be giving a warning for when we get to the spoilers for Scream 6. I didn't care. I got Scream 6 spoiled for me a long time ago. So, I mean, I kind of got spoiled. I wasn't really told in detail who the killers were, but I knew it wasn't going to be specific people that I thought it was going to be. So, uh, damn, I almost just spoiled the movie right then and there. I had to catch myself. But I'm going to go make sure the audio is working fine and everything, get everything of do a little recap before I get into the new Scream movies. Uh, and kind of give a reason why it took me so long to get to Scream 5 and why I wasn't even going to see Scream 6. But I was invited to tag along to go to the theater to see it, so I figured why not. But I was like, if I'm going to go see Scream 6, I got to know what's going on here. So I watched Scream 5 to prep. And why I didn't watch Scream 5 or 6, or I didn't want to, and I was kind of going to delete that from my mind, which it was because it's the same reason for like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unless I'm interested, I'm not going to check these movies out because I have been burned too many times. You know the old saying, when you get burned by the fire, when you get burned, your hand gets burned by the fire too many times from reaching in out of curiosity, you get burned by the fire. All right. I'm tired of getting burned. All right. I seen Wrong Turn, the reboot. That burned. That burned real bad. So a lot of these reboots I was seeing, man, they weren't good. You know, I'm not a fan of The Last Jedi. I didn't even bother to see Rise of the Skywalker. I don't bother to see most of the Star Wars stuff. I'm not trying to be, negative and talking movie. Like, I don't mean to bring the movies down. It's just, to me, if you're gonna sit here and make a reboot 30 or 40 years later, at least do something different. At least try something creatively different, and try to do something that's really entertaining. And I can't say that at least Wrong Turn, that remake, did do something different. It was just that was the problem. I think in general, I'm just tired of these reboots. I'm getting so sick and tired of IPs being brought back and the trend. I used to not let it get to me, but when it's getting this bad to where we got Indiana Jones coming back, we got Scream over here, we got Chucky over there, we got talks of Nightmare on Elm Street, we got Friday the 13th TV show coming out, which is already a TV show, but it didn't have anything to do with Jason. Which, by the way, my comments are glitched. What's going on here? Because I see comments when I go to the YouTube app. So I'm seeing, I had a voice crack there. I'm seeing colors in the air tonight. No, I went back to the YouTube app, and Mac and John, you're commenting, but they're not popping up on here. Hold on, maybe I have to refresh. I'll be right back. There we go. We're back. Okay, now I see everyone. We got Colton the guy here. We got Mystic Mac. We got John. Hey, what's up? What's up? I was like, man, nobody here yet? Nobody want to see me rip apart some movies? Come on, that'd be fun. What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? Sound is great. That's awesome. We're ready to get into this. I only watched the first Scream movie. Grew up with that one VHS. On VHS, my bad. Yeah, me too. I actually had the old school VHS tape back in the day. And that was actually one of those franchises where I started out with the first movie. A lot of franchises, I started out with sequels. Like Child's Play. The first one I remember seeing was Bride of Chucky and Child's Play 2 and Seed of Chucky. I didn't see the other ones until later on, so Scream, I did watch in somewhat order. I do remember getting the Scream 2 and 3 DVDs later, watching Scream 4. I think I did watch those movies in order. So it's one of those franchises, very few franchises I was able to watch them all in order. But yeah, to give a quick recap though, Scream 1, I think, really holds up a lot more than I thought it would. I rewatched it a few months ago, and dare I say that first Scream movie is kind of scary at times. I mean, the idea of it is kind of scary. that they're these high schoolers and they're trying to be more like real life, trying to be more realistic of a slasher movie, which I get it. Slashers usually can never be realistic, but I dug that Scream. You know, how many times in slasher movies did you have the news reporters and dump the police? And I mean, you had where they dump the police and stuff, but like making it like almost as if it was real life. Like, okay, this is like a real life slasher movie. And the reporters are there, done with the who done it, the mystery of everything, find out that, you know, Billy and Stu are behind everything. A lot of good stuff in that first movie, and I think it's one of Wes Craven's best movies. I really do. I think it's a great film, and I think it's aged even better over time. And I really hope that one day we can get a nice 4K box set of at least the first three movies. I would like that, or have a box set of like a 4K box set of all the movies. Include part 4 too, because I really enjoy part 4. If you don't want to include part 5 and 6, that's fine with me. I don't even think I'll own part 5 and 6 ever, but that's coming from me, man. I have some pretty bad movies in my collection. I just don't see me ever buying those movies unless they're bought for me. If one of y'all want to buy me the 4Ks, I'm cool with that. I'll probably rarely watch them, but as far as me going out and tracking down the 4K steel books to Scream 5 and 6, that ain't happening. But yeah, the first one really holds up. Scream 2, I don't like it as much as other people do. I know people say Scream 2 is the best sequel and it's one of the best ones. It's some people's favorites. I do highly enjoy the movie. I think it does suffer from that runtime. It has over a 2-hour runtime. I do think it really suffers from that. And I think there are some ideas that work in it. And then there are ideas that don't really work in it that much. And I don't know if it was the pressure of releasing Scream 2. Like maybe they didn't have a lot of time to work on the script, to work on the references. And I don't think it was quite as strong as the first movie, but I don't think it was that much of a step down. I think it was a really solid movie, great sequel. I still really, really enjoy Scream 2. And I thought the whole gimmick of the movie, the sequel gimmick, was very cool. I like that idea. I like the idea that every Scream movie has a little gimmick. Like, okay, Scream 2 had sequels, Scream 3 had trilogy, Scream 4 had remakes, Scream 5 had reboots. I dig that. I like how every movie covers different little inside fan, uh terms, like wrestling fans. Us wrestling fans, we know like when something's a work or something's a botch or here's a finisher. Like sometimes when you don't know those terms, like what the hell does that mean? But when it's a fan thing and you get it, makes it even more cooler. And hearing the dialogue in these movies, I also really enjoy the dialogue of the first 4 Scream movies and just them talking about scary films and how, oh, this one I prefer more. It really feels like it's a horror series the fans can watch and get. And if you get it, you get it, and it's so much more fun to watch it that way. But it also appeals to newer horror fans to where you can um you can watch the movies as a newer fan and still get it and still be introduced to the whole horror genre. It's a very open franchise. Um, Oh, we'll get to that here in a second, Colt. I don't even think bad was the word to describe. Yeah, we'll get into those. But yeah, I really like Scream 2. Scream 3 to me is underrated. I think it's a lot of fun. It was cool seeing Dewey as the lead. It was cool seeing Gail as the lead. And I thought it was pretty cool set in Hollywood. You have one Ghostface killer. Oh my God, the one movie that did it. Um, People hate the twist of the movie. I don't mind the twist. I think it has a pretty cool twist. I like how it ties back to the first movie. Um, cool kills. The house blowing up scene, how it takes place on the set of Stab 1, I think, or 2. How it takes place in Woodsboro, but not really. It's a set. Cool idea. I love Scream 3. Scream 3 is probably my favorite sequel out of them all, which people say is crazy. But I'm over here like, but you prefer 5 and 6? Uh, I don't know. I think Scream 3 is a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining. I think the one problem I have with Scream 3 is, well, I have kind of two problems. Number one, the writing, it does show its flaws here and there. It's not Kevin Williamson writing it, and sometimes you can tell. Also, I think it doesn't really have any horror elements to it. It's not scary, which I don't really think it was going for scary, but it's not scary at all type of movie where it's just not even scary. But I do like how it is more of a really rated R Scooby-Doo type movie, like solving this mystery. Dewey's the lead. That's some cool stuff. I like that. Scream 4 I also really enjoy. I know people have problems with it. I really enjoy Scream 4. I enjoy the twist. I enjoy the idea of being about remakes. That was a lot cooler than Scream 5 with reboots. And I think it had a pretty cool cast. And the thing about the Scream movies, man, that I miss is cast. They all had good casts. Even Scream 3 and 4 had good casts. They had characters like Kirby. You had the two film nerds from Scream 4. I can remember those characters. The asshole boyfriend, yeah, he's a bit generic, but I can remember him somewhat. I can remember the way he dies, especially. The twist of the fourth movie is really memorable and crazy. One of the most insane twists in the series. And most importantly, Wes Craven directing and Kevin Williamson, my bad, writing for the most part, except for Scream 3 and some of Scream 4. But that combo is sorely missed in 5 and 6. And here's why I didn't see Scream 5 and 6 for a long time, guys. Wes Craven, when he passed away and Scream 4 ended the way it did with "Don't fuck with the originals," to me that was the way to end it. That was the way to go. That was it. There was no more you needed to add to that. And then when I heard about Scream 5, I was like, oh my God, we're getting another Scream movie. We don't need it. It's not necessary. We have too many. And, in the beginning of this whole reboot craze, I was a lot more open to reboots. Star Wars Force Awakens, I actually think that's a fun movie. I still think it's a fun movie to this day. There are some reboots I really like. The Child's Play remake. I like that movie. It's pretty good. The Spiral movie, Spiral from 2021, that was pretty good. I like Spiral. It's not perfect, it's far from it, but I liked Spiral. I thought it was pretty decent. There are examples out there of reboots from like 2015 to now that I thought were decent. And then there are stuff like Wrong Turn reboot. God, I know there's some other examples and they're just not coming to mind right now. But I've seen so many awful, awful, awful reboots that are just plainly there to make money. And these reboots that completely trash old characters, either they kill them off or they just trash them. And then they're going to bring in the new cast and try to make more money off of it. And it's just getting to the point to where I'm more interested in stuff like A24, which I know is a generic answer, but A24 to me is where it's at as far as horror goes. I'm more interested in independent films, foreign films, movies that aren't franchise movies. I'm trying to get more into movies that are not Jeepers Creepers Reborn and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What, 8, 9? I don't know. The Halloween movies, they're pretty decent, but again, like 2018 Kills and Ends, I like those movies, but I put movies above them for sure. Like Halloween 4, I might put Halloween, I don't know, maybe 5 and 6 over some of those, especially over Ends. But yeah, it's just like I'm tired of seeing it because it's done type of thing. It's done. Like, we don't need any more of these movies. But let's yeah, Skinamarink was good. Again, Skinamarink, I like. But so far, guys, I'll be honest, 2023 has been a rough year because I hated Infinity Pool Infinity Poo Poo. I didn't like that. I hated Knock at the Cabin. I seen that in the theater. Didn't like that. That's 2 movies I seen in the theater. I pay a lot of money for those movies. I went to the theater. I didn't like either of them. Didn't like Scream 6. What else did I not like? There's another movie in there. God, I have like an early form of like dementia or something. I can't remember. But yeah, like fucking Knock at the Cabin Door sucked. Infinity Pool sucked. Infinity Poo Poo. But I did like Skinamarink. I thought Skinamarink was pretty. It was pretty decent for what it was. I can't sit here and say I loved it. I can't sit here and say I'll watch it over and over and over again. But I wouldn't mind revisiting it to see if I didn't notice anything, to see if there's something different. I think Skinamarink is a very original movie. And again, I'm noticing these movies that cost like $16,000, $20,000, they're making like $2 or $3 million back. So hopefully we get more of these kind of movies. Yeah, me too. I thought it was really interesting and really original. But real quick, guys, all right. So we're gonna get into Scream 5 first, and I'm gonna need a shot. I'm gonna get some whiskey first. All right. No, that's not enough. I need another shot. Damn it. Need another damn shot before I get into this fucking screen. All right. Let's see 2 of these movies the same day, guys. Give me a freaking break. One more shot, just for good luck. All right. So, Scream 5 picks up right after 4, and I'll give them credit for this. It follows up. Might as well, man. Might as well. Might as well be drinking my own piss before I see these movies. That's what I'd rather do than watch these movies again. But yeah, it picks up after part 4, follows the sequels, and I can appreciate that because most reboots don't do that. But we get introduced to these new characters, man, and they are super generic. I actually know one of the characters from a band called The Wallows, and I'm a pretty big fan of that band. I listen to him a lot. The Wallows. He's actually one of the singers from that band. So I was like, hey, what's he doing in this movie? It was so random. And you get introduced to these characters, man. And if you're wondering if Sydney and Dewey and Gail and Kirby, if they're all going to be coming back, you don't see Sydney and Gail until about, I don't know, halfway into the movie, maybe an hour in, possibly. And Dewey comes in and does nothing. You do see Skeet Ulrich come back, which is in this beautiful picture right here. This is a wonderful, creepy as fuck. Look at his skin. His skin looks like wax. Look at him. Look at this image. This is cursed. This is a de-aged CGI Skeet Ulrich, and it is horrifying. It is more horrifying than anything in the movie. But we have our leads, which I thought were the best parts of the movie. I'll be honest. I thought they were good. And I guess I can open up this movie with positives just to get it kicked off, because there is some positives with Scream 5. Number one, I do enjoy the brutality of the attacks. I can't even call them kills. We'll get into that in a second. But I like the brutality of it. I like how people are getting stabbed through through their freaking neck and out the back of their neck. Like, you see it right in their freaking neck. And it's pretty brutal. People are getting stabbed repeatedly. People are getting brutally attacked by his ghost face. Jenna Ortega gets attacked at the very beginning of the movie. She gets like her leg broke and stabbed 80 times. And if you're wondering if she dies, no, she doesn't die. But yeah, a stab from one stab from Scream 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, that will kill people in those movies. But yeah, you get stabbed like 11 times in these movies, you'll stay alive. You'll be A-okay, bro. And people are, well, it's realistic. Bullshit. It's a fucking hunter's knife. Okay, they're going out with a combat knife, stabbing people. You ain't gonna live. It's not realistic. But oh my goodness, yeah. Bro, tell me, is this not more horrifying? Like, look, if this man came to your front door and was like, "Hey, I'm a corn syrup salesman, and I'm wondering if you wanted to test out our products, sir." Imagine if this Billy showed up at your front door and wondering if you're stacked up on your supply of corn syrup. Like I'd crap my pants. I'd be like, "Oh my god, dude, I don't know what's wrong with your face. Look at it. It looks like wax. What is that? What is that?" But yeah, if you're wondering why Billy's in this movie, by the way, we'll get into that here in a second too. But positives. I think I'm out of them. Let's get into the negatives. Uh, Picks up after Scream 4. The story continues. The story is generic. It is literally just, oh, it's Woodsboro again. I'm like, okay, some people were saying that was different. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? That's different. Scream 4 did that. What do you mean it's different? Oh my God, it's different. It's back in Woodsboro. Did you not see the last movie, my guys and girls? Did you not see it? Sorry. When you watch when you watch 4.5 hours of shitty ass Scream movies in one day, you'll be like me. You'll be like me, and you'll be a little bit frustrated when you gotta talk about them after sitting through 4 hours, over 4 hours. These movies gotta be 2 hours long a piece. Why? Nothing happens in them, and they're fucking over 2 hours. And I don't understand it. But basically, Ghostface is back, killing people again, and we got to figure out who it is. Dewey's there. He stayed back in Woodsboro. Everybody else left. He's kind of a wash up. He lives in a trailer. He's not doing too well, which some people did say they took swipes at Dewey as a character. I didn't. I thought they treated Dewey well all the way up until, well, what happens. We'll get to that. Well, I'm spoiling Scream 5, so letting you guys know. When Dewey gets attacked in Scream 5, they do that in a really disrespectful way. They do it in a stupid way. They make him look like an idiot. And funny enough, they do that to Gale too in the next movie. They make her look like a freaking idiot as well. Um oh my god. Like, calling the producer like, "Hey, what's your favorite Scream movie? Because you disrespected it." Man, and that's the thing too, man. There's so many cool ideas you can do with Scream. There really is. I've heard Corey come up with ideas. I've heard so many ideas from YouTubers be brung up with what you could do with Ghostface. And I've also come up with some ideas that I won't say are good, but there's something. There's something different. But yeah, that's all this plot for Scream 5 is okay, we got some more Ghostface killers back. They're going around and killing people off, and they're obsessed with Stab. They're obsessed with the original Stab, and it's trying to be basically the rules of a reboot. Oh, she doesn't die. Well, damn it. Why'd you make me say that? Well, let's just say how she gets. I can't say that. The way that she gets attacked in Scream 6 is pretty cheap and make her look like kind of an idiot. But yeah, basically the plot is that it's just basically it's back in Woodsboro. They find out, oh, it's the reboots. They got a freaking shrine of Randy in the living room. Why? I have no clue. It's just all his stuff. Don't know why. And the fucking cast is generic as fuck, okay? Like, you got one girl trying to be like Randy again. You got, besides the two leads, I didn't mind the two leads, Jenna Ortega and her sister. I like the idea that the lead girl is schizophrenic and she can kind of see Skeet Ulrich and stuff, and she's dealt with mental illness and she's kind of stuck in her life, doesn't really know what she's doing. I really did like those characters. Best part of the movie is their performances. I'll give the movie that. But the rest of these characters, the guy from the Wallows band, he's in this movie. He just, I don't even know what he is. He just over here with his hair, his blonde, blue hair. I don't even know what it was, gray hair, blue hair. Just, oh, this person got attacked, but Ghostface could come back and kill her. Like, they make the teens unlikable as fuck. You don't care about anyone. Nobody memorable. No lines are memorable. Well, come on, Nate, it's a part 5. I don't get, bro. It's following up Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson for the most part. And you don't, Wes Craven passed away, unfortunately. So you're following up Wes Craven, and the direction is horrible, awful. The movie looks terrible. There's lens flares everywhere. The moment I seen lens flares, I was over here like, okay, you got to be kidding me, dude. You've got to be kidding me. Like, I can't stand just the look of the movie with the usage of lens flares. Looks like a typical movie that you would see on direct-to-video Lionsgate or direct-to-video like Blumhouse or something. I don't know. It looks terrible. There's lens flares everywhere. Doesn't have that sleek look, that slick, just really well shot look like the first 4 movies do. Because Wes Craven brought an atmosphere. Wes Craven could direct these actors and give them characters that they could really do stuff with. And so, and then if you want to say, well, it's a slasher, Nate, what about the kills? They're brutal. There are barely any kills in this damn movie. All you guys, people getting stabbed. One guy gets stabbed like 80 times and he's alive, which to me is just a fucking convenient thing. Like, oh, we can't kill off too much of our cast, but we have to attack them. We have to raise the stakes. Bullshit. There were so many times with the kills I was saying bullshit. It's just like the kills, they're just stabbing people repeatedly. There's some brutalness here and there, but all it is just, okay, like 15 stabs and they stay alive. There's maybe like 2 deaths in the whole movie, but there's like 5 or 6 people that get attacked. It's fucking ridiculous. And the way they kill off, I'm just going to spoil it right now. Sorry, y'all. The way they kill off Dewey is so, it pisses me off so much that they did that the way they did. They made him look like an idiot. And I'm just like, why the fuck, bro, why? They kill off Dewey in a stupid way. Although I will give them credit. When Dewey comes into the movie, you actually hear Dewey's theme song from Scream 2, which I liked. That was cool. I liked it. And was I opposed to Dewey dying? No. I'm not really opposed to characters dying. I'm not going to be that whining fan that is going to be like, okay, no characters can die in these movies. I don't care if they die. You can have them die. But don't kill them off in shitty ways. This was a shitty way. Oh, I'm going to go back to make sure I shoot him in the head. And instead of shooting him in the head from way down here, he has to walk all the way up on Ghostface until I think his phone rings or something, distracts him, and Ghostface guts him. I'm just like, fucking really, dude? You could just stood across the fucking floor, fucking hall, and just shot him in the head. But like, I don't care if they kill off characters. Like, if they would have killed off Sydney in a good way, I wouldn't have minded because they've been alive for a while. You're trying to get a new cast in there. I get what you're going for, but at least have them sacrifice, or they die in the battle. They die in a decent way. But no, they just gut Dewey like he's nothing. That's all they do. Gail's there. She's back to being the Gail that we used to know, where she's just using people, and she's really just defaulted back to Gail from the first movie again, which I don't understand, especially after all her arcs in the Scream movies. Oh, another problem, by the way, they quote unquote follow these Scream movies. They are missing a lot of arcs from those previous movies, from these characters like Dewey and Gale and even Sheriff Hicks. You know, by the end of the movie, she's no longer unlikable. She's kind of likable by the end of the movie. You get to this movie, she's back to being unlikable again. And it's stupid. Um, I'm spending a lot of time on Scream 5, but you know, fuck it. It was making me mad. It was frustrating me. I didn't want to see it for the longest time because I was saying to myself, at least if I stick with the first four, it's a good franchise. But god damn it, now that we got 5 and 6, I'm over here like, dude, now I can't say that. Now I can only say I like the first four and I don't like the rest. And yeah, Scream 5, just in general, just to let you guys know, it sucks. It's too long. It's boring as fuck. It looks awful. The dialogue is cringe as fuck. There's some dialogue that I didn't mind. Like, there's a scene where this guy comes in. He's like, "All right, Gen Z, get out of here. The party's over." That was pretty funny. The twist is lame. One of the worst twists. Yeah, Scream 5. If I have to give it out of a 5, I'd give it a 1. No, I'd give it a 2. 2.5. Somewhere around there. Because at least you got Gale and Sydney at the end of the movie doing something. What do they do for the rest of the movie? They're in a car going like, what are we going to do? We got to find the killers. What are we going to do? 3 hours later, what are we going to do? We got to find the killers. Where are we going to go? It's like, bro, what the fuck have you done to these characters? You've trashed them. And then it's like, I don't know, man. I'm done with Scream 5. I don't want to talk about it again. All right, I've already watched these movies. I need another shot. Hold on. I need another shot. This freaking movie over here. Bringing the Jack Daniels out. By the way, I'm just playing. These aren't real shots. But it was actually just lemonade. But probably would need some Jack Daniels in that cup to get me through these movies again. How's it going, Hayden? Welcome to the show. We're all about positive vibes today. Oh, man. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Judy reminded me of a slightly more competent female Dewey. Who's Judy? Sydney's whole arc in 3 is you can't hide from your fears, and in 6, apparently she's back to hiding. Exactly! They didn't even watch these previous movies. You got Sydney over here. She's being called by Dewey, and Dewey's like, "Are you gonna come back and help out?" "I don't know, Dewey. I'd rather stay out here. You know, no offense, but you know, I don't want to go back to Woodsboro again." What the fuck? Sydney said that? Sydney's the chick that went from wherever she was at in 3 and flew to California, Hollywood, and helped out there. She flew to fucking Hollywood. Scream 4, she was back in town and she helped out. She could have left, but she didn't. But in Scream 5, oh, I don't know if I'm going to come back. And Gale, they trash Gale. They make her unlikable. Sheriff Hicks is unlikable in this movie somehow, even though by the end of part 4, she had an arc. They did not do their homework. They didn't study the films. The whole reboot thing I didn't care for. And people that defend these movies somehow, they'll be like, whoa, the movie commentary, it has a commentary on you, Nate, because you're a toxic fan. You're a toxic fan. No, fuck that. I'm a passionate fan. All right. I love these movies. I love part 3. I love part 4. I love part 2, even. I'm a fucking fan. And for this movie to sit here and be like, oh, well, if you have an opinion, you're just a toxic fan. You know what? Fuck that. I don't give a fuck. Bro, no. It's that some fans don't like shit sandwiches. And when you're giving out shit sandwiches, taste like shit. So people want to say that commentary too, like, oh boy, it's a commentary on you, Nate. No, it's not. It's not a commentary on me. It's trying to be clever, trying to be like, oh, we're bad, but you can't say anything. No, the movie sucked. All right, it sucks. Take its meta-ness and cram it where the sun don't shine. But yeah, meta. Fucking meta. All right. Right. But that's enough for Scream 5. Let's move on to Scream 6. You see what it did to me, Corey? Do you see what it did to me? All these really bad movies, man, push me into a dark place. Said Seed better than the original Child's Play. Yeah, right. These it's just the movie trying to sit here. Basically, the only reason why they did that is because they want sort of that. Oh, well, you can't really talk about Scream 5. You're a toxic fan. It's like, how does the movie sit here and confidently know it's bad, and it knows it's bad. Like, it knows it. It's telling you to your face it's bad. They do that in Scream 6 as well. It knows it's terrible, and people praise it anyways. No, sorry. Not for me. But Scream 6 picks up right after Scream 5, takes place in New York. Let's get into this one. Okay. This, by most fans, is said to be better than Scream 5. To me, it is even fucking worse. It is even fucking worse. I was sitting in the theater, and some of the lines of dialogue, I was still like, someone got paid to say that? Someone got paid to write that? Like, literally, I was sitting there and I was just saying to myself, like, somebody got paid for this. They got paid to write this. And I'm sad. I'm real sad about that. So, Scream 6 takes place after Part 5. Most of the cast from Part 5 survived. They went to New York for some reason. They all decided to go to New York, even though Woodsboro is in California, I think. So they all moved to New York. Why? College. So they all decided to go to the same college in the same state, same place. Okay, weird. And while they're there, they have a ghost face killer stalking them again. Now, how this killer followed them, how this killer knew about this, how it had a fucking shrine room in New York, prepped and ready to go for when they get there, I have no clue. You're asking the wrong guy. You're asking the non-screenwriter. I'm not the guy who wrote this. So if you have questions, I have questions too. I'm over here wondering the same thing. I was sitting here in the theater wondering the same thing. And it's even worse, man. The dialogue's even fucking worse. And this one felt long, man. This one went on and on and on and on, dude. And this twist is... Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. The twist in this movie is the lamest twist in the Scream series. Let that sink in. That's the lamest twist in the Scream series. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't really been a big fan of some of the twists. Like Scream 2, Scream 5 definitely had a bad one. Scream 3, I like it, but there is a little bit of an end to it. This one has the worst twist of all the movies. And the whole point of this movie, you're wondering, is it about reboots again, Nate? No. It's about requel sequels. Yeah. Requel sequels. Isn't that exciting, guys? Requel fucking sequels. That's an actual fucking line of dialogue from the movie is requel sequels. I fucking can't stand this fucking... I can't fucking stand this movie. I really can't. And I'm going to apologize ahead of the time for the harsh language. I don't mean to be this harsh with my language, but it's so lazy, dude. The writing is terrible. It's god awful. There's so many lines of dialogue that sound cringe, and them try to be hip for the young teenagers and for the young adults. We're gonna be hip, and it's like, no, dude, stop, please, for the love of God, stop this. And we got GPS coordinates because we're ahead of the times, guys. Isn't it cool? No, it's lame. And oh, by the way, this little shrine area I'm talking about with Ghostface has evidence galore. Has all the robes and masks from Scream 1 through 5. Has all the pieces of evidence from those movies. How is it there? I have no clue. How does Kirby know about it? I don't know. How does Gale know about it? I don't know. They didn't write that in there. How does all these people know about this little shrine area? I don't know. I also called the twist. The characters are even worse in this movie to me, except for a few people. Like, I do think that the lead characters, especially the I'm trying to remember her name, the Tara character, I thought she was pretty good. Jenna Ortega, best thing in the movie. Her and her sister, best things in the movie. Deserve to be in better movies. But you have no Sidney Prescott here. And it's kind of funny because they mentioned that. They're like, oh, well, there is no Sydney anymore. She just respectfully sent her kind respect. They basically are trying to say, like, oh, we're going to treat her nice. You know, she didn't come back in this movie, but, you know, she's okay. You know, no harsh feelings, right, guys? Really weird. But, like, these characters, they're over here seeing people get knocked off one by one. People are getting stabbed in front of them. The next scene, they're already talking about the rules, which you could say is probably a problem with all the Scream movies, is that, oh, you just seen somebody get killed in front of you, and you're over here now saying, like, these rules and figuring out the rules of the scary movies and stuff. And the speech is the lamest speech in the series, of her being like, well, this is a franchise now. This is a franchise. You know what? It is a franchise. It didn't need to be a franchise, but y'all are making that a franchise. But she's over here like it's a franchise. And as a series, it has different rules. Anyone can die. You think that's going to happen in this movie? Dog, really think that's going to happen in this movie? You think anybody going to die in Scream 6? Nah. They mentioned that rule. Don't even bring it up again. It's basically just saying, like, oh yeah, it's the rules of the popular IPs. And guys, this movie's making me fall apart over here. I'm just yeah. It's supposed to be a self-referential meta, as if it hasn't been done before. I'm like, so you fucking people don't even know about the previous movies. There's no way you do, because this movie rips off Scream 2. It does. It's a rip-off of Scream 2. Where does it take place? College. In another state. That's not freaking California. Where does it take place? It takes place in New York. People are over here like, oh my God, it used the location very well. You could have had it in Chicago or freaking San Diego or I don't know, anywhere. You could have had it anywhere. It didn't even matter that it was in New York. You know how many scenes they mentioned, or not mentioned, but they utilized the New York setting? Like 2 scenes. Hell, Jason Takes Manhattan had more of Manhattan in that movie. At least you had the Times Square scene. You didn't get that in this movie? Nope. You use it, oh, you could have a chase, the finale is the Statue of Liberty or something. Nope. Oh, we were going to make it real fun, maybe supernatural, make it balls to the wall. You know what? Go balls to the wall at this point. Because this whole, like, oh, she's the killer, he's the killer, they're the killer, they're all killers. I said, he's the killer, she's the. This is getting ridiculous, okay? There's been so many killers in this goddamn series that tie back. Oh, this one ties back to the first one again. Again, another one that ties back to the first one. Because they knew about Billy and they knew about this chick being Billy's daughter somehow. How? I don't know. The writers do not put that in the films. They sit there and they go, oh, um, here you go. Here's your sandwich. Here you go. Take your little sandwich. You want some fries? All right, there you go. Here's some fries. You need some ketchup? All right, here you go. Like, just throwing it into the bag and giving it to you. And you're just like, what the fuck? I know y'all think I'm fucking crazy right now, but I'm had to let off some rage, bro. Let off some rage from these movies, dude. Telling you, dude. It is boring. It's over 2 hours long. Kirby comes back. They put it in the trailer. I'm like, great. Thanks for the surprise for letting us know that Kirby's gonna be back. Oh, and here's your guys' options. Option A, Kirby's a major part of the plot. Option B, she doesn't do shit. Option C, she's the killer. Or option D, she, I don't know, freaking is a famous TikToker in this movie and is a celebrity on the internet. I don't know, some wacky answer for. We'll make it a wacky answer for that one. What's your guys' guess on this movie? Option A, she's a very big part of the movie. Option B, she doesn't do shit. Or option C, she's the killer. Can you guys guess the outcome of this situation? Strange Dog comic stuff. How's it going? B, she doesn't do shit. Correct! See that? I have to tell you. She doesn't do anything in the movie. She's just there. She's like, hey, I'm Kirby. I'm a special fucking agent for the FBI. How? I don't know. Didn't tell us. When? I don't know. Didn't tell us. This movie fucking sucks, dude. It's fucking overrated. All respect to the fans, but for people that are out there saying that these movies are better than the other ones, which is a very common thing that happens now. I don't know if it's because these movies are new and they're hip and new and they're fresh, Nate. They just came out. I don't give a fuck. They look worse than movies that came out in the 90s. Okay, I'll give Scream 6 this, though. It is shot a lot better than Scream 5. I do like the way it looks. And I didn't even get into the positives yet. Again, there are some brutal scenes that I like. But once again, the kills are very little, and most of them are attack scenes. People getting stabbed in the stomach, people getting stabbed in the shoulder, stabbed in the leg. These killers, once again, can't kill anybody. They just stab them repeatedly. Which, again, goes back to what I said about the first movie. What made it scary was that it was realistic. It was like, okay, you get stabbed in the stomach, you're not just going to be able to walk off from that or something. And these movies, they get stabbed 18 times and they're just walking around like, hey guys, I'm cool. I'm just losing like most of my blood supply. It's leaking out onto the floor, but I'm cool. I'm going to still fight these guys. And you know what? People want to ask me, Nate, what would you want from these movies? If you're going to make more Scream movies, most of the fans have been pleased with them, but some of us fans have been saying this. Creativity, different, and balls to the wall. If they would have made this in New York and made it a crazy plot, like something out of this world, like Ghostface going around gutting people in New York and on the train, he's just killing everything, which I get it, budget. But here's the thing, you got technology now. We got technology. You could make a bus and a green screen or whatever, make it look it's in New York, and save most of the money. You're not shooting in New York. That's the beauty of technology. You ain't got to shoot everything on location now. You can shoot on location, but you can also shoot in green screen. You can shoot on sets. You can do something different. You can do something crazy, original, out there. Anything with Scream. I like the idea that they were kind of going towards maybe a group of Ghostface, like a group of them. Like imagine a group of people that love scary movies that can be anonymous killers because they all have the same look, the same knife, they wear the same boots. So it's kind of hard for the police in New York to figure out who it is. There's like a group of Ghostface going around killing people. And maybe the twist is, I don't know, go balls to the wall. Maybe the twist is that Stu was behind it the whole time. I don't know. Do it. The fans want it, you know. I know it's stupid. I know it's lame. But it'd be fun. You're telling me that wouldn't be fun? That'd be fun. Yeah, they shot it in Canada. Yeah, Jason coming back would be a lot better. Scream 7 will be last. It's always the story that's garbage. Well, there's a lot more. It's the story. It's the writing. It's the characters. It's the no lines that you can remember. No lines. Gail getting punched in the face again. It's like, what has that been? Like every movie now she's gotten punched in the face. And Gail finds that lair, by the way. She finds that Ghostface lair, and they don't even give a reason that I can remember of how she found it. It's just, oh, she's Gail Weathers. She found the Ghostface lair. Like, oh my God, are you serious? You really... I'm not looking for much when it comes to movies, guys. Entertainment first. Entertainment first. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be annoying about it, because I know it can be kind of annoying when someone's like, oh, this movie sucks. This movie sucks. This movie sucks. But I'm not going to sit here and just have these movies come out that like takes the minimal amount of effort to make. They're going to make billions of dollars off of, potentially millions at least, and do bare minimum. Like bare minimum. But I will say Scream 6 has some good moments. The train scene, okay. A little bit hard to believe, but it's a decent moment. The scene in the corner store or the corner shop or whatever where he's going through the shotgun, cool scene. The scene in Gail's apartment where Ghostface is there and attacking her, cool scene. I like that scene. I like the look of the lair of, oh, here's the Ghostface costume from part 3, and we're going back and we're actually mentioning the killers from the last movies, like Scream 2 and 3 and 4. You know, and Kirby having those little moments of dialogue. The little moments she's given isn't that bad, where she's talking about the wound on her stomach and how she was left to die, and she decided to get stronger and become sort of the not secret agent, but this special... She's an FBI agent, basically. She decided to use that as a motivation to go out and stop more people. I like that. There are things I do like. I don't just hate everything in these movies. But when it comes down to it, when the lines of dialogue are making me cringe in my seat, and I'm just sitting there thinking about all those dialogue from the last movies that weren't that bad, that were pretty decent, even in 2 and 3 and 4 had some good lines. And I don't know, man. I'm fucking exhausted. I'm just like done. These movies have wasted my time enough. They've wasted enough of my patience, enough of my energy. And you know what the great thing about these movies is I don't have to watch them again, and I don't have to buy them. So I can just stick with the first 4, get those on 4K, and that'll be my story. So, yeah, Scream 5 and 6. 5 is bad. 6 is, in my opinion, worse. I'm going to give it like a 1.5, maybe 2. Whereas Scream 5, they give it 2.5. Because at least Scream 5, you know, I do think it has more returns. It was cool seeing Dewey in that one. But yeah, they're both just trash to me. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Scream 5 and 6. How are you guys doing today? Let's get back to the comments. I was over here rambling. When he unmasks, explains his plan, he eats a tub of Ben and Jerry's mint chocolate chip ice cream. What the fuck? I don't know. Ghostface. Be funny because of all the fat people in town. Bro, do something like that. I swear, at least I won't be bored. At least I won't be sitting in the theater like checking my watch, checking my phone. Like over here, like, oh my god, dude, this movie's still going on. Oh, another cool idea I want to mention too about Scream 6. There's a thing going on where at every crime scene, Ghostface leaves one of the masks. That was pretty cool. I like that idea. Like, okay, here's the second mask from the second movie. Here's this mask from the third movie. And it all leads to the end of the movie with the first movie's mask. I like that. That was pretty cool. That was a pretty cool thing they did there. I also want to say that they do a terrible job at following up the arcs from the previous movies, except for Part 5. There's a lot of things that carry over from Part 5 that they kind of work with, and they bring a lot of the arcs over. So that's cool too. I'm trying to find positives, guys. I'm trying to find positives. Actually, yeah, Hayden. I actually have that on PlayStation. I play that with Max sometimes. There's actually Jason Takes Manhattan. They're watching that on TV. This is profile. Wait, can you explain the ending? I want to hear spoilers. Well, if it doesn't bother anybody else here, we could get into spoilers. So I'm going to give you guys a spoiler alert right now. Because okay, John, if we're going to get into the spoilers, we're going to have to get into some more rage. So let me get fired up. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, we're going to get into spoilers now, guys. If you don't want to hear any spoilers, now's the time. I'm glad John mentioned that because I kind of forgot I was going to get the spoilers. Spoiler alert, starting now. So if you haven't seen the movie, I'm going to get into some major spoilers. Okay. Let's get into this. So you find out that the killer from the last fucking movie, these people in this movie are related. It's his brother and sister and his dad. And they're pretty much in this movie, the twist is, oh, the obvious people who could be the killers were the killers. Aren't we clever, guys? Aren't we so clever? Aren't we smart? We made the most suspicious people the killers. Don't we get a cookie? No, you'll get a cookie. Okay, you get me destroying your movie because it's fucking lame as fuck. Taking place in this fucking theater. Over here, his dad's giving a speech. Oh, he wanted to make a movie. He loves Stab, and you killed my son. And da, da, da. What the fuck? It's the worst twist in the series. And you got them over here. Why does every killer reveal on Scream, by the way? Why do all of the killers act like they're on crack when they get revealed? Like fucking Timothy Olyphant over here, like, yeah, I was the killer all along, Sydney. Freaking Roman over here, like, I was their brother all along, Sydney. I don't know, it's like they're on crack. I don't know. I thought about that too. Like the last movie did it too, with the guy with his fucking crazy eyes being like, yeah, I was making a movie, Sydney. Or not Sydney. So used to saying Sydney. Not Tara, but her sister. I forgot her name. I'm pissed. But like in this movie too, the killers are revealed, and the guy's over here like he's on crack, and his sister's over here like, yeah, we over here, we attacked Gale, and like get the fuck out of here, dude. And then you got CGI Skeet Ulrich, John, appearing in the fucking glass reflection, saying, "Put on the outfit and let's slice and dice some motherfuckers." And the lead chick puts the fucking costume on and goes through and kills off the other Ghostface. And then before she gets to the last guy, she's like, takes the mask off. She's like, well, I want to let you know I'm not like my dad, but you can't fuck with my family anymore. Just stabs the fucking dude in the face. Oh, and there is a moment, now that we're in spoiler zone. The beginning of the movie is actually pretty cool, as I didn't get a chance to mention this. It starts out with a Ghostface killer killing somebody, and he's actually like a friend of the killer from the previous movie, and him and his friend are killers, but then a Ghostface appears and kills him. So that was pretty cool. I like that. That was a pretty cool idea. That okay, we got Ghostface killers killing Ghostface killers now. But yeah, the ending. That's all it is. Is you find out that it's just the brother and sister from the guy from the last movie, and his dad gives a fucking monologue about how his son creates fan films, and somehow he was in the FBI, and somehow he was in New York FBI, and somehow that coincidentally happened with them going to New York, and somehow they found her in New York, and they're trying to frame her like she's the killer. I don't know. It's some fucking convoluted fucking bullshit. It's the worst twist in the series. Lame as fuck. Over here, overacting up the ass with their fucking crazy eyes and shit. Like, we're the killers. Like, get the fuck out of here before I fucking drop kick this fucking movie in its fucking face. Like John motherfucking Steel. Channeling my inner steel. I'll fucking snap your fucking movie over my fucking knee. No, I'm just joking. That was a little bit of the John Steel rage. But, man, I'm going all over the place with this fucking movie. Like Kevin Smith. I need John Steel to make some bars about like Scream 5 and 6 and him like, these motherfucking movies. Oh, dude. But yeah, it's horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. It's terrible all the way around too, because it's like there's potential there, and that's ruined. You're bringing back Kirby. She's ruined. You have the idea that okay, here's the mask from the first movie, and here's a killer that somehow has connections to the first movie. They barely even go into that. All it is that the guy knows somehow he had access to all this evidence, and somehow he, got all this evidence into this little shrine area, and he just knew about Billy Loomis. That's the whole tie into the first movie is, oh, I just knew that your dad was the killer. Fucking lame, dude. Just get the fuck out of here. I'm so this fucking movie, dude. This and Scream 5, both in the same day. You want to get tortured. You want to get fucking tortured. You want to feel like you're being trapped in hell. Watch these movies in the same day. Like, I'm for real. I'm not even trying to be for real. It is just horrible. Horrible. I'm a big fan of the series. Maybe that's why. Maybe because I'm actually a fan. Maybe it's because I actually know how good these movies can be, you know? And I know there are so many ideas they could have done that would have been better. And you're in New York, bro, and you barely use it. No Statue of Liberty, no Times Square. Nothing about it even seemed like New York, besides maybe the train scene, which you could have done in Chicago. You could have done down here. You could have done anywhere, you know? Hey, yo, you're fucking kidding me. It's New York. You don't even fucking see anything, you know? Oh, I gotta stop. I'm channeling my inner New York thing. I know, Jason did it better, you know? He did. At least in Jason Takes Manhattan, you have the Times Square scene. You have, in that movie, you have plenty of things when they get to New York that are memorable. This whole movie takes place in New York, supposedly, and it's barely even brung up. You could have made it anywhere. I don't know, man. Do a Scream-like franchise focusing on action films. That genre deserves a comeback. Yeah. Stop this franchise from screaming, please. Yeah, for real, man. But yeah, that's Scream 6, guys. Doesn't that sound fun? Doesn't that sound so entertaining of 2 hours? No, it's not. If y'all like it, that's fine. That's awesome. I'm glad because y'all got entertainment. Y'all got enjoyment. I suffered. I went through pain and suffering. So, yeah, glad for you, sad for me because it was fucking pain for me. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. When an hour and 10 minutes of me unleashing rage on Scream 5 and 6, I can throw those movies in the garbage now. I throw it like they deserve to be in the garbage, and I can keep my first 4 movies. Like, at least I can do that. At least I can be like, okay, y'all, 5 and 6 aren't for me. They're just not for me. Into the garbage bin. I can watch the first 4. But yeah. How are you guys doing today? My day was great. I know I did. It was a joke. All right, it was a joke. You know, I'm not trying to sit here and say all New Yorkers say that. Like, come on here, man. No, I'm not trying to say that. Just a joke. But I want to see a Nathan Max elbow drop to Scream 6. Well, if I found it for really cheap or for free, I'd elbow drop it for sure. But yeah, that's Scream motherfucking 5 and 6. So yeah, that's gonna be it for that, man. I gotta get some rest and get some energy built back up because I just fucking tore these movies apart. Ooh yeah. Actually, what I might do now though is send the link out to see if people want to chill. We'll chill for a little bit. Get my mind off these fucking movies, this fucking torture. Yeah, I know Chicago's in a lot of stuff. And I think it provides a good atmosphere. You know, I think New York, Chicago, California, Pennsylvania, a lot of good locations to shoot, especially the inner city stuff. Need more films in Chicago. That's true. Yeah. I mean, Child's Play 1, I think, is in Chicago, but I can't remember if there's any other ones that I can remember that are from Chicago. But yeah, we're going to get this link out there. So what I might do is instead of having it live, I'll probably just make it a backroom thing. So I will be sending the link out. We'll be chilling in the back room. Yeah. But that's going to be it for the live stream, guys. Scream 5 and 6. Poo. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Scream movies, the newer ones, in the comments below. And yeah, that's it. It's done. It is done. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.